Charles Leclerc has coped brilliantly. He won in Spa. He wins in Monza.
Inside the 20, Cook is chasing Munster, yes!
Balotelli. Aguero. Staggering. Just staggering.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Dose Sports Podcast. We're starting a new series for this F1 season coming in called the DRS Zone. And obviously, since it's an F1 series, I got to get the main man, Mr. Max Nation. How are you, brother?
Good, mate. Thanks for having me on. Super excited.
Yeah. It's been a cracking season so far, and hopefully it goes down to the wire.
Mate, it has been the best. The best. It is literally every time it's Sunday, you are on, and everyone is like that keen for it.
Yeah, it's every race I've been pumped up for, which is like even going to like dead races, like Russia, everyone thought would be dead. Absolutely
Russia
insane.
and like Holland that you knew were going to be poor tracks. They were still they're still sort of put out. So
yeah, which is hectic. Since we're starting a bit late, just in the summer, we might look back. We might go 4-1, and we alternate a little bit. Our top 4 moments of the season so far. I'll start off. Number 4, I'm going to go George Russell's lap in Spa, put him on the front row, and eventually lead him to a half podium, shall we say? Just unbelievable to put a Williams on the front row. Like the bravery he showed in like Sector 1, just like he was like faster than everyone in Sector 1, which is cooked. And just it was unbelievable that.
I think that was one of the laps of the season, if not the lap of the season.
Absolutely cool.
In that car, and then to put that Williams with that with its dynamics and that wind at Spa.
Yeah.
As you said, Sector 1, I agree with that.
Yeah, unbelievable. What was your number 4?
My 4th was a weird one. I put a string of performances for Norris because, as you know, Norris is my guy.
Yeah.
Our guy, really.
Yeah.
Like, he has been on another level this season, but in particular, his race at Imola.
Yeah. He was really unlucky to miss out in qualifying as well, because I think he exceeded track limit somewhere.
Whole weekend for him in Imola.
Yeah.
When he held off Hamilton for something like 10 laps in a McLaren with the same engine. Yeah, it was unreal. Yeah,
he held off Hamilton in Austria as well for heaps long times.
Yeah, he's just been sensational, and you can just tell every race that goes by, he's sort of showing, that he could be champ material.
Yeah, 100%. Like before going into this season, like you wouldn't have said he was like one of the top young guns. Like it was either Leclerc or Russell. One of those two were probably pushing it more. But then, this season he's definitely put his name in contention for definitely top 5 this season.
Yeah, that's what I think. Yeah, in terms of performance, outperforming the car, he's been pretty up there.
Yeah, for sure. My number 3, I went Azerbaijan last 5 laps. Obviously, Verstappen puncture, which was like just out of nowhere, and then Hamilton locking up going into the restart, which is like insane. Yeah.
The amount of stick he got online for that was brutal.
Like imagine if he loses the title by less than 10 points.
Imagine if he does, he'll be
it's because it could be that he could have just ended up second, done like casual drive, and no one will be talking about it.
Like sat in second and been fine, but that, one of his worst. See, my number 3 was kind of a different one. I threw it right back. Bahrain, first race of the season, Hamilton.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah, that was a good battle.
It was 0.7 seconds between Hamilton and Verstappen.
Yeah, like he overtook, but off the track.
Back of track limits, and it was interesting. I was watching when Norris does his live streams on Twitch, and they were the highlights from the race, and he was saying how Max was in front going into the corner and he outbroke him. Yeah,
because I think the debate on that whole race, he was going whether he was going in front of that corner, and also I think because they've been exceeding that track limit the whole time during that race, and then it got called off you can't do it halfway through.
Yeah, but Lonzo was doing it lap after lap.
Yeah, exactly. So that was where the contention was. It's so I'd rather them keep the track limits really strict, how they've been processing it recently, because then you get into situations like that, which is just not what you want. But yeah, that was an entertaining, but like a great start to what has come.
That set the tone as well.
Yeah, 100%, 100% set the tone. My number two, I went. This could have been my number one, but I went Ricardo's win at Monza. It's sort of like, I don't want to be too critical on Ricardo, but it's masked a pretty poor season by his standards, really.
100%.
But like, it was so hard. Like,
but I think that made the win so good.
Yeah, exactly. Like, he hasn't been doing anything well all season. Like, qualifying's been real, like, especially qualifying, he's been so off the pace compared to Lando.
Qualifying, because he's renowned for being quick in qualifying.
Yeah, exactly.
He's known so well. But yeah, you're right. I've been in disbelief the whole season.
Yeah, yeah.
To the point now where you and I are texting each other mid-race at 2 a.m. going, oh, he's buggered here again.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm not expecting anything. Like, if he makes Q3, I'm like happy at this point. So it's like,
I'm literally like, he's not going to make Q3.
It's so cooked. What was your number two?
My number two, I went a bit alternative. I went for Alonso v Hamilton in Hungary.
Oh, that
was holding him off.
Yeah, that was hectic.
I thought that was insane. And I thought Alonso deserved to hold Hamilton off.
Yeah, 100. Like, I think it's good for like newer F1 fans to see that's what Fernando Alonso can do, because like we a lot of F1 fans would have missed him in his prime, like
exactly
pre-2012 and stuff. So like it's like he still got it at like his age, which is absolutely insane.
Yeah, and he said in an interview at the end of last race, he said my goal is still to get that third world championship.
Yeah, like he's so good.
They were doing this analysis in qualifying, and then in the race at Bahrain, and he was hitting the same mark on turn 3, like by like a sixpence, like over and over and over again.
Yeah,
on another level.
Like he's on another level. My number one was both in the sprint race and in the race, the Verstappen Hamilton battle going out of turn 1 at Silverstone. In lap 1 at Silverstone, like they were some of the best like racing we've seen, like wheel to wheel back at each other. It was so good. Obviously, like Verstappen coming second best in the race, but like big time. Yeah, big time. Yeah, that was massive. Like, but yeah, the racing was so good.
Yeah, I know. And it was going down the Hangar Straight, and they were side by side and still outbroke. Yeah, that was unbelievable. I can't take it right. I've rewatched that 5 times.
Yeah, it's so good. It's so good to rewatch. What was your number one?
My one was your 2. So mine was the whole McLaren 1-2 thing.
Yeah.
I thought it was quite romantic for it to be. First 1-2 was a decade since.
Yeah, I think Button and Hamilton in Brazil.
Yeah, so in 2011. So yeah, a decade.
Yeah.
Just everything about it, and the fact Danny Rick won as well.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure. Like, I do wonder if Norris, if he went for it, whether or not he would have got it. But I just feel like Danny Rick, the fact he did max into turn 1, he just did everything. I think that was my favourite moment of the whole race. Actually, it was when Danny did max into turn 1.
Turn 1, yeah. I was thinking, like, because he still like got his like after his pit stop, he was ahead of Verstappen and Hamilton quite clearly. So like you can't take it off him saying that Max and Hamilton could have got him. So like it was well done to him, like completely. I think McLaren's the only team to have a 1-2 this season. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that's cool.
Good for me.
Yeah, exactly.
I had a good bet on Danny Rick for that race. He had $13 to win, and I was like, "Oh, I'll chuck 10 on that."
Yeah, it was. I was so happy. Like, I couldn't stop smiling for like 3 days straight. It was so good.
It was just his smile and everything. Just to see that smile back on the top step. It was just, nothing better. Yeah,
definitely nothing better. Before we go into the race this weekend in America, we'll go with ranking our top 5 drivers of we're going based on like obviously what we think talent and experience and all of that sort of stuff. I think our 1-2s are fairly obvious who they're going to be, and it's just the 3, 4, 5 what we're going to mix up. We'll go 1 down because I think it's a bit more interesting that way.
Yeah, so I have a feeling that you're going to go to the opposite to me with our 1 and 2.
Yeah, I think I might.
I still put Hamilton at the moment number one.
Yeah, right.
I
I've got Verstappen.
But I completely get it. I think they're interchangeable.
Yeah,
But
like
Verstappen too.
for me, like I fell in love with Verstappen watching Verstappen 2016 Brazil, that drive in the wet,
Oh,
like where he overtook Nico and
dancing around the outside and stuff.
oh my gosh,
He's just so natural. It's just like so nice to watch.
yeah,
He is that next talent after Lewis. I think he will win.
yeah, he has to. Like if I'm thinking if Verstappen doesn't win like 2 or 3 championships, like I reckon you can look back on it's not he didn't reach his potential at all.
100%. But that's the thing. Like this season, it's just everything about him. He's not, throwing his dummy out or anything. I mean, the thing in Imola, at Monza, that was questionable. That's the only time where I saw him get angry because his pit stop was wrong.
Yeah. I think like that was a accumulation.
Like teenage Max.
Yeah.
But apart from that, I think everything about him, he just looks so on top of things, and he's got like a big following as well.
I think he would go like in all the European races. He'd definitely be the favorite everywhere he goes, the fan favorite.
Yeah, 100%. I think he's unbelievable, and I think he will be. I don't think there's a question about it. I think he will reach the heights of Lewis.
Yeah,
I just think that Lewis still has everything he had when he was young, and he's got experience now.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I just love Max as well. So that's our 1 and 2. Obviously, Hamilton. You're Hamilton Verstappen. I'm Verstappen Hamilton. Number 3, I've gone Charles Leclerc. I think
I'm the same.
I actually think he's one of the most talented drivers on the grid by far, and I think especially his performances early in the season with when Ferrari were just a bit off the pace. He's put that Ferrari in pole at Monaco and Azerbaijan.
Yeah, mate, he's on another level. But I was looking at drivers today. I think Carlos is in front of Charles.
Yeah, by 0.5.
Weird one.
Yeah.
But I'm not that Carlos isn't a good driver. I think Carlos is really up there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely have Leclerc there, and I think he wins best looking girlfriend as well. So.
Verstappen's up there. Verstappen.
Yeah. See, that's a story in itself, isn't it?
Yeah. Poor Danny Kvyat.
Red Bull team in this.
Yeah, she picked the wrong Red Bull driver the first time. I was thinking I was rewatching some old stuff, 2019 Singapore qualifying. That car's not meant to be good around street circuit. Unbelievable drive from him, and it's just
I just think some of his drives are just on another level. When he held off Hamilton in the Mercedes, when he held off Hamilton in Monza 2019.
Yeah. Oh, that was one of the best.
That was pretty special.
Yeah.
But I think both his wins were special.
Yeah.
I think one for Spa for a different reason because he lost his mate the day before.
Yeah.
But I think undoubtedly that Monza win, I just think just shows what it's all about.
And in front of the Tifosi as well.
Exactly. And let's not forget he was a couple of laps away from winning British Grand Prix.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
he had an engine failure halfway during the race.
His engine was cutting out. That killed you that race.
Yeah, 100%.
Max got crashed out in the
Number 4, I went George Russell. I'm a massive George Russell fan. I can't wait to see him in a Mercedes. We saw him one time in Mercedes, and he basically won. He basically won that race.
I'd say he won that.
Yeah, for sure. They stitched him up with the tires, obviously, but yeah, the consistency of him putting Williams out of Q1.
Yeah, it's expected now. It's not expected for Latifi at all.
No, and everyone thinks Latifi sucks, but he's actually just doing what he can in a Williams.
But I just think George just puts that so far beyond.
Yeah.
And the Williams car has improved this year, but what's he got? Out of 5 out of his last 6 races or something, he's
got points.
He's got points. That's crazy.
Yeah, he's unbelievably good.
So he's not my 4, but I've got Norris at 4.
You got Norris at 4.
Last year, I wouldn't have put Norris top 5.
Yeah.
So I just think that every year he's getting to grips, and that sort of idea that he was the kid with the rich parents who was part-time driver and full-time dreamer. I just think that's gone now.
Yeah, 100%. He's established himself as a proper talent.
Performances aren't ignorable. Do you know what I mean? And Lewis the fact that Lewis is going mid-race, man, this kid's a good driver.
Yeah, exactly.
Who's been around, since 07, 21 now. Like, yeah, I just think he's pretty up there. And then, of course, I've got Russell at 5.
I didn't have Norris at 5. Like, I'm just still think Fernando. If he was in a good car, I think he'd just be absolute.
So I was pretty close to doing that as well. Yeah,
I think Fernando with this experience, like that Hungary defense on Hamilton, just proved to me like he's in a far inferior car, and the way he just held him off was like so good. Like his racecraft, like I'd say like maybe not qualify. He probably doesn't have the qualifying pace as he did before, but his racecraft's still there, which is just 100%. Unbelievable.
100%. I think there's like 8 drivers. I reckon if you put them in the right car, they can go and win a championship.
Yeah. Oh, 100, like you couldn't have said that in the last, I'd say like 3 years ago. It was like three, maybe 2 drivers even.
Yeah, exactly. But I just think the quality is so high now.
Yeah.
And Jensen Button said it. He reckons it's way better a grid than whenever he was around.
Yeah, I reckon. Yeah, 100% as well. Like, yeah, the talent right now, all the young guns they're hitting the mark really well.
And what breaks me, I don't know about you, is on another day, even last season, I put Danny Rick top 5.
Yeah.
It breaks me. Like, he might come and kill it next year. I don't know. But, yeah, it breaks me. But, like, there was at one point, he was seriously in that.
I think 2014, everyone was like, he burst onto the scene, 3 wins in like a car that was like far behind them. Like the Mercedes that year was unbelievably like good.
Yeah.
And to put 3 wins on the board there, like everyone was thinking this guy's the next Sebastian Vettel at Red Bull. So
24, 25, yeah. And then 16, he came 3rd as well behind them at 2 Mercedes. Yeah. He's doing all he could. Look, he's a bit unlucky as well, but this year I think it's undoubtedly
he's been poor. He's been very poor this season. We still love him. Though.
We still do love him. I don't know anyone that dislikes him. I don't think anyone does this.
Yeah, I don't think you can't dislike him. He's just the guy. This weekend, obviously, moving away. I think we're done in Europe completely. We're all into the America and the Middle East. The Circuit of the Americas in Austin. So it's a great track. Actually, that first sector is fantastic.
Yeah, when they designed it, I'm pretty sure they were saying that they took little parts from each of the track's best parts of like all the parts of Europe.
Yeah, because that first sector, that's like Magus and Beckett. True.
Magus and Beckett's is the S. It's the S.
Yeah, the S. Which and it's just it's a great track.
Massive straight as well.
It's got everything you need really. And I love that the last sector, the fast right-hander.
Yeah, where it comes right around.
Yeah, that's a great part of the track. It's predominantly been a Mercedes track. And I think looking from the summer break, Mercedes cars, like Christian Horner said as well, like he said it in a way that they think they're doing something legal, but like undoubtedly they've improved so much coming out of summer break.
Yeah. No, 100%. But it's nowhere near. You and I were talking about this the other day. That car's nowhere near what it was last year.
Well, last year's car was unbelievable. That's one of the best cars we've seen in a while.
I think I think it'll take a couple of years for that pace to come back in a car. When Lewis was doing like 370 k's an hour down the Monza straight or something, and I was like, how is that even possible?
Yeah, it's and like the keys when they're going flat out through Pouon at Spa, that's just when you know the car's unbelievable. If you can stick it at that pace, like it's cool.
Yeah, but you're right. This year it's had to improve a lot.
Yeah,
and those regulations hurt them.
Definitely, like those regulations were basically like anti-Mercedes regulations.
Yeah, and I get it, to be honest. It's made the season unreal.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I think it's set up for a good one this weekend.
Yeah, 100%. Obviously, Bottas coming off a win in Turkey. Do you think he can step up and put it to Lewis and Max this weekend? Because he was the last winner here. I think 2019 he took a win here.
Yeah. So yeah, I've never said he's a bad driver. I just don't think he's in the same class as the other two.
He can win you a race Yeah.
I just don't think that he's on the level. I don't think he's a bad driver. As well as that, I think he's going to perform. But if Hamilton had been on pole that weekend, Bottas wouldn't have won.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
Hamilton wouldn't have made a mistake from pole.
No.
I see where we sit. I'm not really sure where your thoughts are with that, but I just can't see that flow coming.
No, I think it's Hamilton's to lose this race. I think,
Yeah,
like
100%.
he's won it in America. How many, like four times?
I think four.
4 times. Yeah, I think. And the circuit obviously suits him fairly well. Look, because I don't know how many engine penalties they need to take still. Like, because I think Hamilton took one recently.
Yes, so he took the big one, didn't he? Where he changed the internal combustion.
Yeah.
That's 10, and then he doesn't have to. He can take 2 more that are worth 5.
Yeah, which is
I have a feeling that if they nail practice and quali, they might take one.
Yeah.
Like 5. What are your thoughts?
I think if they are like well above the pace of Red Bull in practice, I think they might take a 5-place one because they can definitely eat time back no matter where they are. So I think if they are, like you said, dominating in practice, then they should be fine. I think Red Bull, I'm not too sure. Like, it's very hard to tell now with Red Bull's car this season.
It is weird, but I do think whatever happens, Max will get the absolute most out of it.
Yeah, for sure. Max is 6 points ahead in the standings right now.
6. So if Lewis wins, this is what you and I were saying the other day, like on Monday, is that it's only a win away.
Oh yeah,
it's only a win away. Lewis.
I saw this thing like they can tie at the end of the season if they just trade wins and fastest laps. Like which is unbelievable.
It's unbelievable. There's only 6? Is it 6 to go?
Yep, 6. Brazil, this one,
15.
Mexico. 6 races to go.
Yeah, it's unreal. It's been like unbelievable, and they are both at the top of their game as well.
Yeah, for sure. Looking at the constructors battle, there's obviously 2 battles going on: Mercedes and Red Bull, and then Ferrari and McLaren. A lot closer than I thought it would be going into the break of the season. Ferrari's really picked up their game.
Yeah.
How do you see them? Because they've been odd with the tracks they've done well at this year as well.
Yeah. Well, yeah, this is like our battle, Arjun, to be honest. This is our thing.
Yeah.
I think if Mercedes are genuinely going to do well this weekend, just with that long straight into turn 1, I have a feeling it might be quite difficult to overtake McLaren.
Yeah. I think it's very similar to Monza where
I think Mexico might offer something for Ferrari. Just
in
the middle and final sector.
I think like right now, Ferrari and Red Bull are sort of linked in the tracks they're good at, and then obviously McLaren and Mercedes with the same power unit are similar where they are at. So, like, it'll be interesting. Who do you think comes out ahead in the battle of Charles and Sainz?
I think Charles. Charles will.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't, it'll be because of luck.
Yeah.
Bad luck, that is. And let's not forget that Charles was on pole, and if he'd just done him into turn 1, you probably trust Charles. In Monaco.
Yeah.
If Charles had not.
Obviously,
What did he have again? I can't even remember.
The steering axle was like off.
Right. Yeah. So if that hadn't happened, he does. Whoever was on second at the time, Max.
Yeah.
Max into turn 1. The chances are we're going to win that.
Yeah, like it's very hard to overtake. I don't think we saw any overtakes at Monaco. So.
No. I don't think it either.
Yeah, so I think and then also in Russia, Charles was ahead, and then obviously Sainz we say go. Oh no, Sainz was also doing all right, but like he lost points from not coming in, and then Charles has had a fair bit of bad luck this season.
Yeah, he has, and I think I think last year he really showed how good he is because it was a seriously poor Ferrari.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to go with Charles because I just think he's like just that extra level above.
And also, it's funny we're not even going to compare teammates on this one. Norris or Bottas? Bottas, he's a fair bit behind, but he's a fair bit ahead of Norris at the moment, 30 points. Do you think Lando can make it up going into these final few races?
I mean, I think the odds are definitely stacked against him.
Yeah.
But from parts of this season, you wouldn't bet against it.
Yeah.
You see what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
You wouldn't bet against it, but I think Bottas coming off that win, I'm not saying he's going to go and fly and win races now.
It just builds confidence a little bit more. Like,
yeah, I think that was his maximum.
Yeah, definitely. I was thinking they haven't announced Alfa Romeo's next driver next year. Do you think Gio can hold a spot? Because he's been fairly good this season.
Yes, no, he's had a couple of really good races, hasn't he?
Yeah.
So, yeah, and he's Italian, and he's in an Italian seat.
Yeah.
Everything about him is Italian.
Yeah, but the thing that worries me that the longer time goes on, the less likely I think he keeps that seat. I think it's going to go to Guan Yu Zhou from F2, but
yeah, there was someone else in the. Is it Callum Ilott?
Callum Ilott, he's out, and then obviously Oscar Piastri just came off winning the F2 World Championship. So those three are in contention. I think Guan Yu Zhou's got the money back behind him.
Really?
So
Is he backing?
Yeah, he's stacked. Like,
really?
Yeah, he's minted.
Is he Chinese?
Yeah, Chinese driver.
Yeah.
So I think he has the upper hand at the moment. But yeah, he's been fairly good this season. Like, poor guy.
I think he's done fine. I think he's really quick.
Yeah.
I think he's really quick.
Yeah, he's like a lot of like this grid is very competitive. Like,
that's the thing. There's so many good young drivers that if you're not in the right car, like we haven't even looked at Mick Schumacher, and apparently he's supposed to be some.
Yeah, well, he's won the F2 and F3 the first season.
So he's got a perfect record theoretically. He's just in an absolutely atrocious car.
Yeah, like I feel sorry for like Mazepin as well. Like, he might actually be a decent driver, but no one's gonna know till next year.
And like it's Mazepin, like he's gonna get stick. Like,
yeah, I know, poor guy. Like
this season, even Crofty, the commentator, was ripping into him.
Yeah, like but they just make jokes about him all the time now. But I've sort of slowly come to like him. He's been like all right in interviews.
Yeah,
and stuff
he comes across quite well in interviews.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. How do you reckon Mercedes and Red Bull will end up? Because Mercedes are flying now. Like
I think Mercedes win the constructors, but I think Verstappen will come out on top.
Yeah, I think that's pretty likely. I think Mercedes are a good shout for constructors.
Yeah, I think like I was surprised. Like honestly, I was surprised that Checo with the way that Gasly. We haven't even spoken about Pierre. How he's performed this season. Unbelievably good. Another talent.
Crazy. It's just stacked. Like he's unbelievable.
Yeah, like it consistently will put that car on sixth place.
Sixth position, yeah.
Yeah. Like
shouldn't be.
Yeah, it just shouldn't. Like Yuki's been like obviously his first season F1 been fairly
a bit disappointing considering the pace he showed at the start.
Yeah. Everyone thought like he had a great race in Bahrain.
And they've become like really good mates, haven't they?
Yeah. They play like they game together and they just get along really well.
Yeah, no, that's cool. That's cool. It's nice to see drivers pairings that actually get along.
Yeah,
it's happening more now, I think. I think rivalry between teams is going up more.
Yeah, driver rivalry is definitely decreasing. Definitely.
But yeah, it's an interesting one. But I do think everything's gone well for Max, bar the big puncture in Azerbaijan. Yeah,
Azerbaijan and then Hungary, he got bowled over as well. So those two incidents haven't gone his way. But okay, looking at who's your race winner, give me the podium for this weekend, and also give me a sort of bold prediction for who you think is going to do something this weekend.
Yeah, all right. So I'm gonna put Hamilton on pole and then to win.
Yeah.
I'm gonna Max P2, so not very bold.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go something a bit rare. Now, because this tracksuit's McLaren, I'm gonna do something like Ricardo P3 or P4.
Oh, that is the dream.
I've done this a lot to you.
Everyone wants it, but it's just not happening.
I don't know, and I think Norris would be top 5, definitely top 6.
Yeah, I agree as well. I think it would be very hard to beat Lewis this weekend, especially the car they've got as well now. It's just looking tip top. Max P2, no surprise there. I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna be very boring with my podium. I'm gonna go Valtteri P3, and then I'm gonna go.
Confidence. Yeah.
I have a weird feeling Aston Martin's gonna do very well this weekend. I've just
Yeah,
got
someone
to.
said that. Someone said it. The track's apparently quite good for their car.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I just.
Crofty said it in a tweet this week. He's just like, watch out for the Aston Martins this weekend.
Yeah. I'm gonna go Lance Stroll P6 or above. That's my prediction.
That'd be a good result for him.
Yeah. They've been like their car coming off last year with the Racing Point was absolutely flying last year. It's been a bit of hit or miss this year, but I think obviously more teams have.
Seb's done a pretty good job.
Yeah. He's got a podium, and then
him. This is what I mean. Like,
yeah, there's just so many good drivers right now. But yeah,
no,
cool.
he's on it.
He's
I
on.
think. And he should have. It's pretty rough not to get that podium in
Hungary. Yeah. Well, it's just because he didn't have enough fuel, is that it?
Yeah, didn't his car? You have to. I think you have to last around the outlap after the race as well.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. That's whack.
Yeah.
Anyway. Last segment. Sorry. Prediction. Yeah, we'll chuck that actually. We'll go last with that. Okay, our second last segment. If you could pick one driver retired post 2005 and one pre 2005 to race for your team, what two drivers are you picking?
Yeah, so I know you're going to think I'm going to go for the obvious. So I tried to go something different.
Yeah, I haven't gone Schumacher or Hamilton either.
Yeah, I didn't do that either.
Yeah.
So I went for some weird ones. So I did Hakkinen.
Oh, Mika.
Yeah, I did Hakkinen just because of his just pure speed.
Yeah.
And Michael said this all the time. He said, if you're just going on pure speed and if the car's right, you pick Hakkinen. Forget tyres, forget fuel saving. Hakkinen and pure speed will do anyone.
Yeah.
But what lost him out was that tactical sort of a version that Michael would do anything for.
Yeah, definitely.
That probably has the greatest overtake of all time as well.
Yeah.
For me. And then post 2005, retired already, I did Rosberg.
I love Nico. I absolutely love Nico.
I can tell. I think he's flat. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
I cannot even look at him, but to beat Lewis in a Mercedes, you've got to be doing something
just
right.
Like listening to the things he would do, like just to get like a millisecond edge, like he like made his own gloves so it'd be lighter, but also then it's not as sweat resistant. And then like things about how if the race in 2 weeks was in like a different time zone, he'd do like intermittent sleeping where he'd like move his clock back like 2 hours.
Apparently he went off his head in 16 and like would hardly talk to his wife and stuff. He's
like,
I'm winning this championship because he wanted to get the one like his dad did, didn't he? That was his goal. His
dad.
And then he did it. Again, another rich kid.
But still proved.
I think everything about him that year as well. I thought he was pretty special.
Yeah.
I know you like him.
Yeah, his personality does come off a little bit.
Yeah.
How you going? But I just
What did you go for?
I went. So there was two I was tossing up pre 2005 was Ayrton. Obviously, he's just a super talent, and I was thinking also James Hunt. Just like that sort of vibe where like you give him the car, no matter what car you give him, he's going to drive as well as possible. Like he's not
rails.
Yeah.
So I've heard from all reports. I mean, put the Rush movie aside, which is all pretty majestic and stuff.
Yeah.
Apparently, he was lightning quick.
Yeah, he's not one of those drivers like real technical, like with the car and stuff. He's just quick.
Yeah,
he's just flat out quick.
I like that. I like those ones that win 1 or 2.
Yeah,
because they're quick.
Yeah, they're not because they're.
And he always said that was enough for me.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna. He behaved quite. He said he behaved better than he ever did before in the 76 season when he won.
Yeah,
but he said I'm not. He just said I'm not doing that again because he's got everything he wants.
Yeah, exactly. My post 2000, I'll go. Yeah, I might go Ayrton. I just think, he's just one. Like, I think in the time he was in F1, like he He was on pole in 5 years. He racked up like 38 pole positions.
Unbelievable.
It's just, he's an unbelievable driver, and just,
And
obviously.
that footage in Monaco as well has got to be some of the most famous footage in sport.
He's just, every time, like, no one speaks badly about it. Like, no one's got a bad thing to say about him. At my post 2005, I've got Max Verstappen. I just think
I get it.
I think going into the future, like his driving style and everything he's got about him, I think he's ready for the next.
Yeah, and I like how aggressive he is, how raw it is still.
Yeah.
I don't think he's ever going to change that. Whereas I think Lewis has adapted to become a champion, where I still think Max, because he hasn't won yet, is still
so hungry.
Aggressive.
Yeah.
And wants it. So, yeah, I like that as well.
I just love those drivers. Like, you can just tell that naturally they've got it. Like, some drivers, like I'd say Sebastian Vettel, you can just, like, the stories about him, like 5 hours in debriefs, working, like, you can just tell that naturally inside he's a driver.
And Max just does. There's no way Max goes that hard. He probably just goes, give me the stats and I'll do my thing.
Exactly. Yeah. Last thing, prediction for the end of the season. You're going to go Hamilton, I think, or you're going Verstappen.
Dude, honestly, I was thinking about this before, and I can't do it. But I'm pretty sure I texted you this today. Sky Bet have got Hamilton favourite. Sports bet, and they've got Verstappen by like a distance. I think Hamilton's like 212, and then Verstappen was 160 or something.
Yeah, right.
So I thought that was interesting. But for that, Australians are pretty big betters, so I'm gonna go Max. Just
you're gonna go Max as well, right? Yeah, I think
I don't really want it. I'd like to see Lewis get and then him to just leave the sport.
Yeah,
I think Max got it this year.
Yeah, I think so as well. Max, for me, it has to be Max Verstappen. Max, it's been a great wrap up. We're keen to do it again in the coming weeks. After we'll do a debrief on the USA Grand Prix, obviously, and keen to do this more.
Yeah, 100%. Cheers.
See ya.
Thanks for having me.